Hi everyone. I'm very, very excited about tonight's call. Conference was amazing. I feel so exhausted and elated at the same time. I think it was our best conference ever. I mean, considering that we had just under 800 people there compared to 220 from the year before, we have really stepped into a new space with Juice Plus, and I'm so excited to share with you guys. And tonight, Tamara, Bronwyn and Tracy and I just really want to share what we got out of it individually and what we believe is going to help our team grow into a really loving and amazing space moving forward. So first of all, before we start, I really want to just get everyone to take a moment to think about their aha moments from conference, if there are people on the call that went. And for those who did not get to come to conference, take your pen and paper out, because you are going to get some beautiful pearls of wisdom tonight. There was so much learning there. And of course, we can't give you a full recap, but we're going to give you the very best that we can. So first of all, I want to introduce Tamara, and most of us know Tamara. It's Dr. Tamara Hunter, but she's also just Tamara, and she's just the most beautiful girl, and she's one of my upline and Tracy's upline support people, and we're really blessed to have her join the Team B call tonight, or actually the WA call. And Tam, can I get you to share your insight to conference, and then we'll share from Bron after?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Natty. Look, I've got to resonate what Nat's explained to you, in that what we experienced at conference this year was something like we've never experienced. And I can say that for 18 years of conferences. I haven't been to all of the Australian conferences, but I've been to the vast majority. And what we experienced this year at conference was at a completely another level on all respects. So it was really exciting to be a part of. And I know that it's only going to compound and multiply next year. So if you haven't already started putting your pennies away for Surfers Paradise next year, I suggest you start getting your little piggy bank out now and start saving the money, because it will definitely be an event not to miss. I want to just start by saying that retreat was something else, and next year is going to be a 39 Club retreat. So if any of you have some lofty goals, then make it 39 Club, because you want to be at retreat. We were absolutely wined and dined, and we had the opportunity on the Thursday morning before we travelled back to Melbourne to sit down as a leadership group and talk about things moving forward. Sadly for us, Jay Martin got caught up in a tornado, not literally, but he was prevented from attending the leadership weekend. But he did send some notes to Peter, and one of my key take-home messages was that we have 5 key things about our business as far as our values go, and that lies around longevity. Longevity of our product. We've got a product that's now been on the market over 25 years, and longevity of our company. We have a company that's been in place for 45 years, and the same man is still at the helm. So we know we have a product that works, and we know that we have a company that works. We also have quality. We have quality of our company in that we have very little turnover of people, both in the US market and also the Australian market. We have quality of our products, as we know. Nat's going to talk a little bit more to that, but we also have quality of our people, and that's no more evident than the 77 odd people who are on the call tonight. We have quality people, our sideline, our upline and our downline, so don't ever forget that. One of our other values is community. We are a company with a heart. We have always been a company of the heart, and we have a great sense of belonging, and our mission statement is to inspire healthy living around the world, and I think that's one of the most beautiful mission statements, and it's now about healthy giving as well. The other thing is we're all about authenticity, particularly of our mission statement. I think we all live and breathe that every day, inspiring healthy living and healthy giving. But the thing that I really took away, my aha moment out of everything, was we are a company about simplicity. We are a company that is all about fruits and vegetables, nothing more complex than that. And we are simplicity in our business model. Our business model is simply this: you get paid proportionate to the amount of work that you're willing to put in. And so that was a real take-home message for me. I also had the pleasure of talking a little bit more to Adam's message. I love Adam Westwick. I love him because he's simple and he's no bullshit. So I took quite copious notes over his half an hour of presenting. The most important thing, the key thing he talked about is you've got to be a product of the product and all of the products. You can't talk about these products with passion unless you're on them and you've asked all the questions you need to ask and get your belief rock solid about the product. He talked about this business not being about you. This business is about helping others get what they are in life, they want in life. And the moment you make this business about you, you'll start to get stuck. So they don't use the word stuck in their team. They don't use stuck, they use challenges. We all have challenges in life, and overcoming challenges is about finding solutions. So I thought that was a really nice way of referring to things. But the moment you get stuck, that's when you're making the business about you. So you need to look in the mirror and think, what is it that I have to do to change myself to not make this business about me? The other thing that I thought was a really valuable call from Adam is that you can't carry people to the top of the summit. Meaning you can introduce people to this business, but this business is their business. And if they're not willing to do what it takes to do this business, you can't carry them to the top of the summit. I love his analogy of weeing in the wetsuit. We can talk about this business being about motivation, but it's like weeing in your wetsuit. It's nice to start with, but then it gets cold and wet. This business is more about inspiration and inspiring people to want to do it for themselves than it is about beating them over the head and trying to motivate them like a cheerleader squad, because eventually that just gets really exhausting. So I thought they were really some key take-home messages. But me, I'm all about the key points. And the key points is that there are 3 elements to success. And Adam wasn't the only one to talk about these 3 elements. Luke Wren talked about them and Lorian talked about them. So this is something that's key throughout their whole team. So the first element is desire. The only way you're going to have desire to get where you want to know is when you know where you're going. And the only way you get that is if you set your 90-day game plan. So the one thing that I think most of us are encouraging our team to do now is come home from conference, set your game plan for the next 90 days, decide where it is that you want to go and start moving towards that. What is your vision? What is on your vision board? The second element to success is being teachable. Adam talked about surrendering to the process. So don't get caught up in reinventing the wheel. Just follow where those who have success have gone before you. He understands, as most of us do, that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is a get-rich-slow scheme, and you do that by simply duplicating yourself. How do you duplicate yourself? You follow the tried and proven system. And the third element is be willing to get to work. And never more evident have I seen that in people who are successful in this business. You need to start to take massive action if you want success. So decide where it is in your week you're going to commit time to your Juice Plus business and then start getting to work. So what are the things you need to be doing in that time? Well, there's 5 high-paying activities. The first one, talk to people. You can't do this business without talking to people. You need to connect with people. You need to talk about what they're doing. I like to use form: family, occupation, recreation, and money. There's plenty of questions that you can ask around those 4 things alone, but once you find out more about a person and you profile them, you'll start to know where Juice Plus fits, either with their health or their wealth. How do you start talking to people? Well, you set up your 30 and 30 grid. You start to fill those grid, and the more of those boxes in the grid that you fill, the more that means that you're talking to people. The more people that you talk to, the more people are going to see the opportunity either for health or wealth. He also talked about using social media. And I know there are several speakers that talked about using social media. I'm not going to go into it, but what he did talk about is that it's a fantastic funnel. But unless you build the relationships with making those connections on social media, it's not going to go anywhere. So it's about utilizing it wisely. Don't just trawl Facebook. Follow-up was his third point, because of course, if you've planted the seed and you've given people information, it's not going to go anywhere unless you follow them up. Ask them what it is that they liked about it. Would they like any more information? And can I have your credit card? The fourth thing was events. Again, if you're not tapping people into events, if you're not attending events yourself, even if it's just me, myself and I, then your business is not going to move forward. If you're not going to be committed to going to the events, getting on the Zoom calls, going to the live events, then how can you possibly expect your team to do so? And the final thing was customer care. And I think that's actually something that I feel that the West Australian team do better than anybody else, is looking after our customers, because we know that customers are valuable to us, and we've been taught that from the very beginning. So they're really the key points that I took home from Adam's presentation. Natty, I'll hand back to you.
Oh, Tamara, I don't know if any of us could actually have said it better. That was the best way to explain what I got the same message, and I think the girls will agree that it was Adam was just so powerful, and he just makes it simple. He makes you understand that anyone can do this business. So, Bronnie, I'm going to hand it over to you, and I'm going to get you to give us some of your aha moments and some of your pearls of wisdom, and we'll give you 5 minutes.
Yeah, you better time me, Natty, because I've got pages and pages of aha moments. Okay, I'm going to start off with Linda Everton. Linda basically had different points, and one of them was compelling vision. And she believes that if you have that vision, you're going to make a difference. She believes in qualifying questions and daring. What if you could? She was very much about the what ifs. She was a great believer in being the dream keeper. And one of the quotes that she said just blew me away, and it was, "But what if I fall?" And her answer was, "But what if you fly?" And I thought that was wonderful. Other point she had was powerful mindset. Questions are the answers. So it's about asking more questions so that you can basically qualify with the prospect that you're talking to. And what if you could? What is why, not the how? That was interesting. What is why, not the how? In other words, what she was basically saying, you've got to have a very, very deep why for this business. And as we've all been told, our why should make us cry. And she believes in painting vision to her team, and it's creating, she paints the vision of creating life of travel, health, and every day full of fun, and helping more women to earn and live their dreams. She was very much about the dream keeper. And to the big one was never worry about money again, was another big point that she had. Embracing the journey, she had 3 magic C's, and that was community. She believed in creating community, culture, contribution, and celebration. She was very big on celebration. As I said, questions are the quality answers. How do I grow from this? Was another one that she asked, questions that she asks her team. Embrace the face back moments. In other words, look in the mirror. And one of the ones that everybody said and I heard was, look in the mirror and say, would I follow you? And I thought every leader basically had that. As I said, why that makes you cry, otherwise you will be a statistic. That blew me away. Don't complain about the place you are in for the work you didn't do, was another big one that Linda came up with. Disappointments can drown you or shape you or be a new beginning. That was a Walt Disney one. She was very much about the I am questions. I am courageous, I am inspired, I am grateful, I am committed. Work from inspiration, not desperation. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I loved that one. Add value, add more value, be a servant leader, help those who want to be helped. Those people that put their hands up and are ringing you and are really ready to go to work was very much a big one. Always be learning, do personal development, and always be consistent. Lead by example, and the what if. What if? Don't should on people. Don't should on people. We all know about that. You should be doing this and you should be doing that if you're not actually leading. But like Tamara said, being the product of the product came very, very clear. I'll go a little bit further on and talk what I took from Katie Ravey, and that was, don't be an expert, be you. Don't be an expert was a big one. Focus on your people's goals, not your goal. Don't be afraid to keep aiming higher. Compelling why, she was another one that makes you cry. She said, ain't no business like a family business. She believes Juice Plus is her second family. Celine, be proud out loud. We've heard Celine say that many, many times. One thing that she did say was, we are in the top 20 direct selling companies in the world. People want to be part of our business. That I was knocked out by that we'd actually hit the top 20. That was awesome. Doubt will take you out of action, and action will take you out of doubt. That was one of a big powering one I took from Celine. Being consistent in your high action activities, as we all know, is talking to everyone you meet. In other words, you've really got to get really good at building those relationships and communication, and that came from all of the leaders. Getting out of your comfort zone, get over yourself was one that most of the leaders said. Stay in line and do the do was finishing one for Celine. Luke Wren was change your state, and I really loved that. In other words, he was basically saying every minute you need to check in on yourself, and he was very much about holding your chest, holding it and checking in as to what your state was. And if you are in a negative state, you need to get yourself out of that very, very quickly. Don't take the no's personally. How do you manage your state? He was about that right throughout his whole presentation. You need to manage your state every minute of the day. And I have actually been doing that every day, and it feels amazing because it makes you get your posture in shape, standing up and being present. Copy successful people and change your physiology. In other words, your actual how you stand, how you look. I think my 5 minutes is up. What are you focused on will happen was another one that he came up with. Stop. I'm being told to stop now. Okay, success leaves clues. If you are in your head, you are dead. Speak from your heart was one of the last ones that Luke Green said. That's about all I was allowed to share tonight, guys.
There were some awesome things in there, and I absolutely loved hearing all those pearls of wisdom. I think when you've been to multiple conferences, and Tracy might touch on this in a minute, but when you've been to multiple conferences and you get one line that changes your life, one quotation, one statement that resonated with you, that can change everything. And I can tell you, after 7 years of conferences, I can basically tell you what comment changed my life at every conference. So really think about that, guys, moving forward. If you weren't there, listen to what we're saying tonight. Pick something and own it and move forward with it. One of the things that I really took away from conference myself was Mark Ledoux. And I'll quickly talk about Mark Ledoux, and I'm going to talk about the new marketing plan. Then we're going to let Tracy just end briefly with a really powerful aha moment from Kira Westwick. But Mark Ledoux owns NAI, now NAI is the National Alternatives, Tamara, help me out, the Natural Alternatives something industry. I can't remember. But he actually is the man that makes Juice Plus. After the product comes from the farms and it's being juiced, and the juice is brought directly to Mark Ledoux at NAI, there it is processed. And the processing there is incredible. And we heard from him, and I don't think I have ever heard from a speaker that it really touched my heart more than Mark Ledoux. His conviction for this product was second to none. His passion for our product, even as the man that makes it. He's not even involved with the Juice Plus company. He's not a distributor. He is not a part of the Juice Plus company. He is simply the man that makes the product. He and I made a lovely connection. I was able to sit next to him for a couple of hours on the first day and ask multiple questions to him. And then when I saw him speak, I got some more clarity around our product, and I got to speak to him after. And, you know, all of you know that I love the science behind Juice Plus, and I love the product, and it has made such a massive difference to my life. And to see all of you experience this product in similar ways really touches my heart. But to now know with strong conviction that this product is more than I ever thought it could be was just simply mind-blowing. I feel very confident moving forward. I actually don't think I could ever not recommend this to every human being that I ever speak to now. I have this great belief. And what he really touched on was that the testing of our product is unbelievable. The way that they test it, the fact that there's never been a batch in history recalled. In 23 years, there's never been one batch of Juice Plus recalled. Now, think about this. We're in 25 plus countries around the world, and we're now moving into Asia and Dubai, and we've just moved into some of it's an extension of the European countries. And the thing is, there's not just one batch that goes to Australia every couple of months. There are one batch that goes to our country every couple of months, and then to the other 25 countries around the world every couple of months. So that is so many capsules. And apparently, when we run the product, they make 1 million capsules per hour. That is mind-blowing. And the testing that happens is unbelievable. So I could go on about this forever. But I'm sure that part of the conference has been recorded, and we're going to do our very best to get that recording for all of you so you can actually listen, because it is so mind-blowing. And if we could actually all listen to it as distributors, it will change the way you view the product forever. Even more so than now, you'll feel more confident. But let me just quickly, briefly talk about what I think was the most exciting part of conference. So I love the marketing plan. I think Australia has the best marketing plan out of all the countries across the globe. I think we have the best bonus program, and I think we have the most supportive administrative department in the world. But when we were sitting there listening at the retreat and also at the conference around the new marketing plan, I was blown away, because all I saw in that was more positives for new starters, for people that want to start strong, for people that want to work hard from the very get-go. So instead of now having we still have the marketing plan until the 1st of July as is, but anyone that starts on the 1st of July moving forward is now able to use our new marketing plan. And also us as distributors from the 1st of July, if we're going for a brand new promotion, we also can use this marketing plan. Now, this is exciting. $400 for SDVF. $400, not $300 and not $200 for their 60 days, $400 in 40 days. Now, this is so amazing. One thing that I just instantly thought of, we're going to move faster and our business is going to grow quicker because there's more money on the table. Now, if you also do the Fast Track Rocket DVF, you get $100, so it's $500 for SDVF as a bonus, and then the commission on top of that. I mean, I'm just like, Trace, Bron, Tamara, we never had that. So this is so incredible. Now, just picture this. Go and sign 3 or 4 franchisees up in your first month. Move them all through to SDVF. And you're going to get 400, 400, 400, 400. There's a potential. The potential there is massive. So what they're doing is they're giving us more money at the beginning of the business to help us duplicate SDVF and to teach SDVF and to be rewarded for teaching and growing to this position. So I think it's exciting. Now, there's so many other things on the table. There are so many other bonuses. They have applied a new 50 club bonus of $7,500. And also with the 75 club bonus, you'll get recognition, but you get a 100 club bonus of $10,000. And if you hit 200 club, you get all expenses paid to conferences every time you go. That, I mean, come on guys, that is unbelievable. I mean, you fly through accommodation, all expenses paid. I mean, that's just amazing. The company is really going to honour people who want to treat this like a business. So I'm super excited, but what I'm going to get you to do, guys, is go onto Team B to the file section and print out the last 4 documents that we added. And I want you to familiarise yourself with these before asking tons of questions, okay? Because it's all there for you. There's the rocket and then there's the incentive guide. And, sorry, the fast track freedom plan. But there's also the profit and incentive guide that's been updated. So there's some amazing things there. So please, please, guys, do your homework before you ask your sponsor. Print these out and read them and then go back to your sponsor, all right? Because we don't want to be inundated with questions. Make sure you fuel yourself first. All right, I'm going to now hand it over to beautiful Tracy to talk about what I believe touched a lot of us as women at the conference, which was Kira Westwick. And Trace, you know, I'm just going to take you off mute, honey. Can you take yourself off mute, babe? Sorry.
Yeah, done.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. Trace, I just want you to share a bit about Kira, and then we're going to just let people give their aha moments if we have any time.
Thanks, Natty. I just wanted to reiterate our awesome speakers tonight. Tamara, that was phenomenal. I'm feeling you, Bronnie, because I had so many takeaways and so many aha moments from this conference. I definitely haven't been to as many conferences as Tamara and Bronnie, but I speak for Natty and I. I have been so completely moved by this year's conference. I'm still digesting so much from it. And I mean, I think Tamara said it best with regards to the simplicity that we have with this business and product. It is incredible. For me, the verbiage and language, and just also like the, you know, inspiration over motivation. I know with my journey, I feel like most of the time it's been that motivation. And so that was a really big key point for me, coming from a place of inspiration, not motivation. Definitely asking more empowering questions, not only for people like potential customers, but also for myself, for my growth, you know, and definitely in my coaching around teammates. More, you know, when people say they might be stuck or they don't know how, so how's a better way to ask that, you know? I know that I love, and I think Bronnie touched on that, you know, they have that culture in their teams where they don't talk, there's no negative talking. It's like everyone's pulling together and everyone keeps each other accountable. I absolutely love that. Luke Wren, you can't fix stupid. I'm sorry, but that's totally stuck with me. I don't know exactly how he said it, but it was just in reference to those people that we want to save that really need Juice Plus. You can't fix stupid. Move on, next. I loved that. That really resonated me on a really, you know, awesome level. And Natty, the marketing plan and bonus structure blew my mind. We are something to be so completely proud of here. There is not another marketing plan like that around the globe. But it's actually quite emotional. I'm actually a little bit shaky. Oh, gosh, I've got my kiddies here too. Wasn't expected to be like this at the start of it, but Kira Westwick, and then in Westwick, but thanks, Maddie. Kira Westwick totally touched my heart, and I know she did a lot of you. Being a stay-at-home mum who lost her identity and confidence, I definitely can relate to. And I've definitely, you know, it's been a massive journey for me. And okay, guys, it's okay. Oh my gosh. You know, but, you know, when she even said, you know, seeing and talking to even friends was too much for her at times, you know, absolutely really struck a chord with me. And I know that's exactly how I felt, and let alone strangers. But facing fears and getting outside of her comfort zone was absolutely the journey and the growth that she's had in this whole, you know, building her business. And she said, if nothing changes, nothing changes. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And that for me was probably my biggest takeaway from Kira's NMD speech that she did. And she said, if that scares you, then you absolutely 100% have to do this. If that scares you, you absolutely have to do this. And that, I can totally resonate with that, with my whole journey. You know, I was a girl that was scared to introduce Nat. You know, and Nat would say, can you introduce me? I'd like, no way. And so I guess saying for me, I have no regrets. I have grown. This has grown with me. I've loved that I've never been pushed into anything. But, you know, if saying yes to more opportunities is absolutely going to absolutely grow and propel you in this business. I know that to be true. She also said, you know, we all hear about the whys. She said, having your why, because if you don't, life will be exactly the same. You know, my whys are right here beside me. Tonight didn't go to plan, but that's awesome. They can still be here. I love how, you know, she had no want to be into this business. She loved the product, and she was, you know, happy to be a product of the product, but she didn't want to be part of this business. And she had 2 customers, absolutely raving fans, who turned around and asked if this was a business model. And only then did Kira have to say yes. And together they locked arms. And she's shared her struggles and her vulnerability the whole way. And she's done that with her team. And I think that was the biggest thing that shone through for all of us, is that how vulnerable and that growth that she's had with that journey. That really is. And it's not something that I find even easy. Even doing something like tonight, it's still, I mean, it's not something that I go, yes, but it's because of the team, and it's because that I actually want to step into that space. So for me, this was like a brand new conference all over again. What else? Be conscious about developing yourself. You know, personal development, be conscious about developing yourself. So whatever that is for you, that we heard those I am statements, it's definitely about sewing into yourself, having daily rituals around what that is to take care of yourself. I am statements, definitely growing yourself, asking better, more empowering questions. I mean, that was one of my takeaways, absolutely. I absolutely love how she shared at the end, where she shared that, you know, as women, especially with maybe social media, we have like this highlight reel. We have this highlight reel, and sometimes, you know, it's the grace in sharing your vulnerability, so it allows others to shine so much, and holding hands. And I've never been part of something so magical. That the reason why this is such an amazing fit for so many of us is that we get to help others, and we know their struggles, and we get to help link arms and help others and raise them up, and only then do we raise ourselves. And I love that. I've worked for other companies and built lots of businesses, as a lot of us have, but I love that, you know, Juice Plus, the business most importantly, and the product, but the business, you know, it's about helping raise others, and therefore we get rewarded. It's not just us going out for ourselves. That for me is one of the most magical things about Juice Plus, the business. Yeah, this thing about being perfect, it's absolute crap. You know, it's in showing our bullet holes is how we're going to raise each other and sort of grow from this. So I've just got here. However, through this Juice Plus journey, we get to rewrite our story. She got to rewrite her story. She was no longer that introverted, scared to talk. She is now a boss babe, and so many of us can relate to that. And the journey is wide and far, but we love standing and shining, and so we should, because then it gives others permission to shine. So for me, so many calls that I've had since then, Kira was a lot of us could resonate with Kira, and it don't have to be a female to resonate. A lot of my guys that I've spoken to absolutely loved how she was so vulnerable and raw and just herself. So yeah, for me, this conference was an absolute bomb. Those that know me know how much I invest, as Natty, invest in conference. It's something that I build for now for next year. So I think Tam mentioned it. I'm already speaking to my teamies, and we're putting in $50 for, $50 every commission on the 10th. And we're making a pool and we're saving for that. So it's just like, it's just a huge buzz. As much as we want to bring as much of this back to you guys, you just have to be there to experience it. So yeah, I think that's it.
Thanks, Trace. Guys, look, I think you can probably see that the four of us are pretty excited, and the other leaders that are on this call, I wish we had time to share, but we don't. Everyone's got other calls on tonight. That's why we're missing Bron and Tamara. But I just really want to say one thing, guys. Be bold, be brave, and be yourself. Seriously, what we learnt from conference is that you are unique and you have to just step into your own space. And I love what Linda Evenden said to me, babe, for all your team members, get them to pick their NMD song and get them to play it every morning when they wake up with the kids or in the car or whatever they do, and anchor into it every day and see themselves as an NMD. And I tell you what, I remember having this conversation with somebody else at one point in time, and I was asked, are you an NMD? And I said, oh, no, I'm an SSC. They said, no, Nat, are you an NMD? And I went, yes, I'm an NMD. And that moment I owned it and I anchored into it. And what I want to say to you guys is this: choosing an NMD song, every time you hear it on the car, on the radio, you play it every day, you are going to act, behave, and step into that space. And step up your glam vibration. That was the coolest thing that Kira Westwick said to me. She gave me permission to go and buy clothes and to look fantastic and to step out with a pair of stilettos and go to meetings and own my glam vibration. And I think, as women, we can do that. And you guys, all the boys in the business, you guys just rock. We just need to step into that space and actually own being a national marketing director in this company. If you want to be it, you've got to own it. So, guys, I want to say I love you all. Make sure you do your homework. And we're going to resume all events this week and next week. Don't forget, Friday night is Real Food Leads to Real Change. Don't forget, on the 12th of July, I am so honoured to be speaking with Tyler Tolman. Please, please, please invite. There are only 300 seats available, and he is going to be talking about his relationship with our business and what he believes about Juice Plus. So it's going to be a great one for you to bring customers and also to bring community members that might want to see the community and see what we do on a grand scale. Okay, guys, Lady Lifestylers is on Friday, and we love you all, and have a beautiful night tonight, and I hope everyone took something away from our call tonight. Bye, everyone.
Night.